Welcome back to another episode in the Jalloh family. Christmas is done, New Year has started and everybody's creating goals and they're creating their vision boards. We usually like to leave it till towards the end of January so we can see what January has brought, and then we can start really creating our goals for the year. This is the Vision Board collaboration, which is going to be in conjunction with 6 other channels. There are 4 questions which you would consider, which is the same question but just varied in terms of time scales. What are your long-term goals? What are your medium-term goals? What are your short-term goals? And finally, what are you most looking forward to in 2023? It's an open collaboration, so anyone can collaborate. Make sure you stay till the end so you can see who we tag. We always set ourselves operational goals, which is the doing. However, this year we're thinking about doing it slightly different. We're thinking about using the theory of change model, and Ruth is going to explain a bit more what the theory of change is.
So just briefly, it just talks about the change that you want to see or the change that you want to create. A lot of organizations use the theory of change before developing their strategy, and it talks a lot about your why, and it just keeps asking that question, but why? So behind us are a couple of post-it notes. The one on the far side is the goal. So that's the goal that you want to achieve, the big goal. And then these kind of pinky peachy color ones are the outcomes. So if you achieve these outcomes, they will help you reach your end goal. And then the bright pink ones behind me are the activities, are the doing tasks. They're the things that you must do. And it's kind of like how I always look at the theory of change. Like when you read the Quran, you read it the opposite way to what we would in the Western world read a book. We always want to start from our why, because any variation away from that, it helps kind of anchor us back to why we're doing what we do.
The way how we've approached it is by using the theory of change. We're not going to be looking at both our goals. We're going to be focusing on my goal, one of my goals, which is another way that we support each other, because it doesn't always have to be both of you put your goals together. It could just be actually, let's focus on one person's goal, and then once we achieve that, we can move on to the next person. Or as we're learning from that one person, we're applying it to the other person as well. So we're just going to focus on just moi. We spent about half an hour earlier on just going through this whole process, which Ruth will now talk you through.
Ahmed's goal, which is on the purple post there, so his overall goal that he wants to achieve, so that will be his longer term goal, is to have a life with reduced restrictions, be that time restrictions or financial restrictions. Yeah. So that's where he's aiming to. So as we kind of navigate the outcomes and the activities, that's the thing that we keep hampering back to is, but why? You want to do these things, you've got these goals for that reason. I think if you're setting goals, but you're not sure on your why, I think sometimes, not all the time, but I think in my mind, I think that if you've got your personal theory of change, your annual goals easily fall out of your outcomes. Does that make sense? So your goal overall is to have life with reduced restrictions, time and finance. And then on the post-it notes is kind of like the smaller term outcomes. So one of those, for example, is to use his qualifications and experience. Ahmed's been a football coach since 17, 18. So he's got a lot of qualifications and a lot of experience in that space. So he wants to use that. So that's an outcome that you can measure. By this time next year, did you use your qualifications and your skills to support you to get there? One of the other outcomes is to develop and support other coaches on why the fundamentals matter when it comes to teaching young people football/soccer skills. To coach young people and teach them new skills. Another one is to provide a safe space for young people to learn new skills. Diversionary activities for young people, and then young people building connections within their community. So all of these outcomes are like shorter term goals, but as part of the theory of change, they're one of the outcomes you would measure. Those are the things that you keep an eye on and make sure you're progressing with to reach your big purple end goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so the long-term goal, 3 to 5 years,
Yeah.
this is what we're aiming for,
Yeah.
to have a life with limited restrictions or no restrictions. And
Yeah, in
Yeah.
regards to especially your time.
The
That
time.
was the thing that was important for you. And that's the thing, I think we spent 20
Yeah.
minutes this morning going through it. If we probably spent for me, I like to spend 2 hours if I'm going to do quite a robust theory of change. I like to spend 2 hours, and we'd have a lot more of these outcomes in place. Then the next stage we would have went to would be separating them into your short and your medium and your longer term outcomes. And then after you've got your outcomes, again, like we said, we spent 20 minutes doing this, so we don't have a huge amount. But if we spent longer, then it also then leads to your activities. Your activities are the things you do last. And my mind works like this: is what's your why? Because that's what's going to help you. Fun fact, I was 20 stone. I lost 10 stone, put a little bit back on, do you know what I mean? But at one point I halved my body weight. Why? Because I was really clear on my goal. My mum died when I was 26 due to obesity related illnesses. I was 26, I was 6 weeks off having Janae. I still needed my mum. So my why was really clear. I am not gonna leave my kids if I can help it. So yes, I will halve my body weight and I will maintain it for 13 years. Thank you very much. I was clear on my why. I had dieted before. I'd even had hypnotherapy. I've been hypnotized to lose weight. But it was because I wanted to lose weight.
Yeah.
But what's your why?
What's
I
the
stuck
reason?
to it because if I can stop I might have another illness that might take me away from my kids early. However, I can control whether I die due to obesity related illnesses and I choose no thank you.
Yeah.
So it allowed me to stick to my goal, and then my activities were getting off the bus one step earlier, taking the stairs instead of the lift. When we used to go running, remember when you used to try and make me run? Smaller portions. Those were my activities, but I knew what I wanted to do and I knew why. Basically, I didn't want to leave my kids and I wanted to go on funfair rides and do all the fun stuff. If I said I just want to lose weight, I would have fell off.
Which is, I guess, what we usually do, because I know I definitely do that, is what do you want to do? Oh, I want to go to the gym. But going to the gym, why do I want to go to the gym? I was like, well, I'm tired of the dad bod.
That was in,
let's get it sorted out. Using the theory of change is scary. It is scary, people. Oh my God.
My guy had to sit on the floor, the wall, and my guy had to sit down. Can you imagine? Is it a lot?
It's a lot. Because you realize how much work is related to what your actual goal is, because I didn't know what my actual goal is. I thought my actual goal was just to coach kids, but when Ruth kept on asking why do you want to coach kids, I was like, well, it all led back to I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. That's the big goal. But to have that, it means that you're going to have to go through a series of steps. And as I was realizing, it's like having a tube. No, a balloon. A balloon, you've got the thin bit, the long balloons.
Yeah.
You've got the thin bit where you blow the air, and then you've got the tail end. When you blow through that, pops up in the middle, but then you still got a small end there.
Yeah.
So the majority of things that's gonna happen is gonna happen in the middle. And your goal is, it's tiny. When you really think about the why, it's small, but it's big. And then the actual things that you're going to be doing again on this side are small, but it's that middle that really expands a lot of the things that you're going to be achieving, and you're seeing the success as you're doing those things. And I think that's what makes it scary, but it's a good challenge. It's a good challenge, and looking at the goals this way means that there are tangible outcomes that you can tick off.
And if you are a tick list type of person, then you tick off against your outcomes that you've achieved. Like, oh yeah, I've done this, oh yeah, I've done this, oh yeah, I've done that. And then also when you work back to your, we were saying earlier, when you use the theory of change method and you work back to your actual activities, that's where new business development comes in.
And I guess, again, that's where some of the apprehension can come in, because there's so many avenues that it goes down, and eventually you're going to be responsible for people, and you're going to be responsible for people coaching people who are going to go out and coach as well. But it's exciting. It's really exciting.
But it makes
and I'm
it
looking forward to
realistic,
it.
because you're saying if you want to coach young people, because you want to have a life with reduced restrictions and finances, it makes it real, and that's why it's scary, because you won tomorrow. You've registered your company. You know you've got the skills and the qualification. You could go next week and be up and running, coaching some kids.
Yeah.
But is that going to give you the money you need and give you the time that you need? No, it's not. So it's not going to help you reach your why.
But
it is scary though.
Difference. It is.
It is.
But exciting. So I'm really looking forward to having a life with reduced restrictions.
My brain just works like this. It gives me the big picture, and I know what I'm getting into then. And I can make a decision, do I still want to do this or not? Because I know everything. Look, there'll be surprises, it won't be everything, but...
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. It's another way of seeing the big picture. And the picture's big.
Hey guys, so as I was editing, I found out that one of the files was corrupted, so the final question wasn't actually answered. So I'm here to answer it. What we're looking forward to in 2023, paying off 10% of our mortgage. That's one of our big goals. We're really pushing for that. Exploring more of Australia. We love to travel, so we want to see different parts of Australia. One of the things that that Ruth and I talk about a lot is that she's looking forward to seeing Saffron again this year. Saffron's been away for a year, as most of you know. If you haven't seen, go check out some of the videos with Saffron in there. I know Junaid's also looking forward to turning 14 in February, so send him some shout outs for his birthday. He wants to get a job. And the final thing that we're looking forward to is growth. Growth as people, growth on YouTube, growth on Instagram, and just growth as people. Now back to the rest of the video.
Well, thank you very much for watching. We hope this has been useful for you in, introducing the theory of change if you've never seen it before. There are 6 other channels that are going to be taking part in this collab. So you've got the Valdez family, Keeping Up with the Griffins, Kay Lamar, the Blackstones, those crazy Chesters are also going to be taking part, and the Moga family are also going to be taking part. So make sure you check out their channels as well. Check out the playlist, which we're going to have in the description.
We would like to tag 3 other channels, and that's the ZR Family Flex. We want to tag the Zam Fam, and we also want to tag For the Price Family.
And we'll see you on the next one.